Time passed in Ukana, as time always does. Seasons turned their wheels, and though the tale of the Monkey Maiden was whispered and told at firesides, the villagers slowly moved on. But Asari, trapped in the form of a small monkey with sapphire eyes, did not forget. She traveled looking for magicians who could undo the curse, but none came through. Having searched far and wide, she accepted her fate. Nobody could undo the curse. She was trapped in the body of a monkey because of her arrogance and hostility. One misty morning, while the village still slumbered, Asari fled. With tiny hands and grasping toes, she fled far into the heart of the dense forest and disappeared into the ancient trees. There, deep in the forest, she made her home. She lived in silence and sorrow, far from mocking voices, pitiful faces, and in broken mirrors. Birds sang to her. Trees whispered stories older than her own. And in their company, her heart began to soften. She lived and cohabited with the animals. She no longer longed for the jewels of suitors or the praise of crowds. She no longer cursed her fate. She wept sometimes, she wallowed into loneliness, but more often, she watched the world with quiet wonder. Years passed. Then one autumn, 3 weary travelers lost there into her forest. They were lost, hungry and cold. They carried no gold, wore no fine clothes, just cloaks heavy with rain and eyes tired from the road. Asari in her monkey form watched from the branches. She saw one of them collapse, too weak to walk. The others knelt by him, tears in their eyes, whispering prayers to no one in particular. The old Asari would have turned away, but now her heart moved her. She felt pity for them. She swung down from her perch and chattered gently, tugging on a sleeve. The travelers gasped, but she beckoned them with her small hand. She led them through branches and hidden paths to a hollow where water trickled fresh from stone, where fruits hung low and sweet, and where dry moss blanketed the earth. There she gathered food for them, bit by bit, for many days. She stayed close, chirping softly, keeping watch, helping in every way she could. Gradually they regained strength. When the 3rd traveler, an old woman with silver hair and eyes like moonlight, was strong enough to rise, she knelt before the Monkey Maiden with a smile, patting her back. "Kind heart in small body," she said. "Once cursed, now healed by grace. Kindness has undone what pride once shaped." She placed her hand upon Asari's head. In a rush of light and wind scented with lavender and rain, the monkey form faded, and Asari, now grown and glowing with gentleness, stood once more in human shape. Her beauty had returned, but it was a softer beauty. Her eyes no longer held cold fire, but warm flame. Her smile no longer sneered, but shone. She fell to her knees in joy and tears, for she had never thought she would be made whole again. The travelers bowed to her, and when she looked again, they were gone. Asari returned to Ukana not as a queen, but as a quiet woman with healing hands and a humble voice. The villagers, astonished, welcomed her with open arms. They surrounded her and were joyous while thanking the gods. She lived not in the grand house of her youth, but in a cottage by the edge of the woods, where all who needed warmth or kindness could find it. And so, the tale of Asari spread far and wide. Once a maiden of pride, turned into a beast by her own cruelty, and finally restored, not by beauty or magic alone, but by the simple power of kindness. And so they say, pride may curse a heart, but kindness can free it. Watch out for part 3, how the Monkey Maiden became a queen.